Are you enjoying the show? It's been a long day. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. Fuck. I can't see anybody. I sometimes I'll see you, sometimes I don't. You know? Right. Well, you know what happened yesterday was there was the big brouhaha at Jackson Hole, and Powell said something, and the market jacked up in the air, then fell 50. No, I don't know how far it fell. You can see it on the chart, and then it entered into the blue zone, and that was like at 34. It got down to 34.63, but when it entered the blue zone, I should have said there's too much volatility in this market to try to think you're going to catch a long. I was actually in the euro at the time, and the euro was crazy because it had something. Well, he said something that had to do with interest rates and currency exchange rates or something. So the market went absolutely crazy. And once you get that amount of volatility in the market, and it jacked way up in the air, and then it came plunging down, you're going to have a hard time catching a trade because the volatility is, especially an attempt at a euro with a 10 pip stop. And so that trade got stopped out, and there was so much volatility. I just said I'm not going to play for the rest of the day, and it just went sideways and then it began climbing late in the night, and then finally, let's see. Oh, here it is here. All right, so Powell starts talking. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, and it jacks up to 1906. Then he says something else, and it falls all the way down to 1765. That's 150 pips, right? And so I tried to say, okay, we can go long in the blue zone, but the volatility that was in that trade should have kept me from even attempting it. Because there's no way you would have stopped that at just by entering the blue zone. Then it ran almost to the very limit of the blue zone. Then it rocketed back up. But the thing with this guy Taki is, you see, if I'm dealing with you, I can say, guys, we really are pressing the extreme price here. Go ahead and try along at the far end of the blue zone, right? Because you got to stop right there. And things, but this asshole is in the room second guessing everything I say. Of course, taking a trade at the extreme there would have been kind of a kamikaze type of thing, but it was also tremendous upside potential. And then the next thing, yeah, well, it was the euro, so you pips, right? Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
I
guys. Yeah, Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing an update at 4:15 today, so you got to get ready to get out of the room.
All right. Bye.
I see we just got a new forecast.
There's not a good there's. Yeah, but the thing is, okay, there's no way this trade is going to develop before 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes, and then it's not a good trade location. And then if we entered here, we'd have to hold this over the weekend, right? And so the thing is just do nothing. Wait till Sunday. We have.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Edhara afternoon forecast. And we've got some interesting things to show you, and we'll have an interesting discussion about the structure of the market and what we think is going on, and we'll give you some idea of what to watch for. Okay, so first off, our forecast that we discussed after it came out during our morning update, right, was we were finishing it. Remember, I said we had a bearish forecast that called for vertical down, and sure enough, vertical down it was. And that forecast was given, and I'll show you the exact spot that we were at the time. We'll draw a vertical line in there so you can see the exact spot. This was the bar it was given on. Okay, and It's very interesting. All the time frames have to move in the same direction at the same time. Okay, so to watch what happens in different time frames at different times, because in order to get truly big moves in the market, which gives more credence to them because of the fact that Edhara, by just trying to learn whatever it could, this is stuff that Edhara has managed to learn on its own, by the way, because we didn't tell it about any of this. Okay, so but it does, from watching it extensively, it does look like Edhara has picked up these concepts by itself, and that's the whole idea, that the market is both secular and fractal in nature. Okay, so has managed to learned some of the universal truths that I've accumulated over the years to watch what happens in different time frames at different times, because in order to get truly big moves in the market, okay, so this is stuff that Edhara has managed to learn on its own, by the way, because we didn't tell it about any of this. Okay, so to watch what happens in different time frames at different times, because in order to get truly big moves in the market, okay, so that, like I said, I'm not the first one that's discovered this stuff, but it's not generally known in the market, as far as I know, except in select places. We're going to have to watch very carefully what happens as we get into the end of this week, because if we do close the week below 2750, then what we will do next week, but that hasn't happened yet because we still have not had a weekly close below this level. Now okay, so we will take a look at the monthly chart, and we'll see what the structures look like on the monthly chart, because what usually ends up happening is once you turn bearish on one time frame, it opens up the possibility of testing the important level that comes up next on the bigger time frame. Okay, so that's all I've got for you right now, and I'll see everybody tomorrow morning for our morning update, and good luck in your trading. We will be running a trade room tonight, by the way, so if you're interested in Asia. Other thing I should mention to you is we do have to watch what happens in different time frames at different times, because in order to get truly big moves in the market, okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today, and I will see you in the morning for our regular morning update. Good trading, everybody.
The risk of loss in trading commodity interests can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition, and considering whether to trade or to authorize someone else to trade for you. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
What's going on, guys? We're here today in Connecticut, and we're going to be hanging out at the Ticker Talker office, checking out what Stephen Kalasian is doing every day from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. when the market is open. How